More good news for Verstappen and Red Bull as Pirelli announced to redevelop the front tires for 2023. Red Bull has been dominating this season, and many teams are afraid they won't catch up with them due to budget cap limitations. However, they have more reason to be scared as the largest weak spot for Verstappen is soon to disappear. Just wait a minute. Before you decide that the Formula One is rigged and Red Bull and the FIA are on the same team, let's have a deeper look into the regulation changes. Before we get into that, don't forget to like and subscribe to The Racing Guru. I will give away the new Formula One 2022 racing game in July to someone who has liked and subscribed to this channel. Mario Isola, director of Pirelli, just announced that Pirelli will redevelop the front tires. The reason behind this is that the current front tires don't provide the cars with enough grip. The lack of grip results in understeering cars. Understeer means that the car won't steer in due to a lack of grip, resulting in a car that wants to go straight. This happens when the car either goes too fast or the front tires won't stick to the track. Oversteer happens when the back of the car wants to brake out of the corner. This often happens when F1 drivers step on the throttle too early, putting 1,000 horsepower on the rear two tires. This overflow of power causes the back of the car to brake out. Oversteer can also happen when the front of the car provides more grip than the back of the car. As the front of the car steers in sharply but goes too fast for the rear end to follow, the back of the car wants to swing out. You might wonder why it matters whether cars have over or understeer. Although both are not ideal for race drivers, understeer makes the car numb and unresponsive. This can create all sorts of problems. For example, when cars go side by side into a corner and the inside car goes straight out due to understeer, this might result in collapsing cars. Oversteer, on the other hand, can make the car more responsive, but only if it happens in limited amounts. When a car oversteers too much, the back part of the car will simply brake out, causing the car to spin. Many drivers have their own preference in driving their cars. One reason Sergio Perez is doing so well this season is because his car is understeering more than last year's car. Perez already said in the past that he prefers an understeering car as it suits his driving style better. Verstappen, however, prefers an oversteering car, which he can play around with during the races and qualifying. Verstappen prefers a car that has great amounts of front-end grip, which he can use to steer in the corners. Verstappen isn't the only driver benefiting from the new 2023 tires, as also Hamilton and Leclerc prefer a car that can steer in sharper. Looking at the first couple races, we can conclude that the Ferrari car has more front-end grip and can steer in sharper than the Red Bull car. This advantage is soon to disappear with the new tires. We already know that Ferrari isn't great in developing their car, so if Red Bull is going to be helped by Pirelli, they might be in some serious trouble next year. Already, Red Bull seemed to find some solutions to give Verstappen extra front grip. One of the major complaints from Verstappen this year is that he has difficulty steering in his car. This is especially visible during the qualifications of this year. So far, his teammate Perez managed to out-qualify him several times. This is something that didn't happen for many years before. However, in race trim, the heavy cars aren't pushed to the limit, and Verstappen managed to find a way around his understeering car. With him already being dominant this season, imagine how dominant he would be if he has a car that suits his driving style. At this point, you either are happy as a Max Verstappen fan or are boiling when you support Ferrari. How can they change the tires next year simply because of some personal preference? It is not uncommon that Pirelli changes their tire structure. Since their introduction in Formula One in 2010, Pirelli has often found themselves in the news. During the first couple years, many drivers despise Pirelli's tires due to a lack of grip and raceability. The tires would give up too fast when being pushed hard. This resulted in 3 or 4 tire pit stops races. As the years progressed, Pirelli managed to develop tires that were more suited for hard racing, yet the problem of overheating always remained. These overheating issues caused drivers to give up on overtaking because they were afraid of ruining their own tires. With the introduction of wider, heavier, and faster cars in 2017, Pirelli had to increase the stiffness and width of their tires. Although Pirelli managed to develop tires that were more suited for hard racing, it was still a main concern for teams and drivers. The cars got faster each race as teams were heavily developing and upgrading. The pressure on these tires got so large that Pirelli soon had to make a change in tire structure for the 2020 season. Then, in the following season, 2 major tire fractures happened in Azerbaijan, where Stroll and Verstappen himself got involved. This was a major blow to Verstappen's title aspirations as he was comfortably leading the race, only to crash hard 5 laps before the end. These 2 crashes caused Pirelli to change the rear tire structures during the season. This was another major blow to Red Bull and Verstappen, as the Red Bull car was more comfortable on the old tire structures compared to the new ones. I am sure Verstappen didn't forget that the in-season 2021 change of tires was in his disadvantage, so he would embrace a tire change that is going to give him another edge over his competitors. But is this fair? Pirelli works together with the FIA and teams to decide what type of tire it will produce. The FIA puts safety up front everything else. The teams and drivers want a tire which they can push on the entire race and won't overheat when driving behind another car. With the 2022 cars, overheating is more likely to occur as the cars can follow each other more closely. The cars that are driving behind someone else don't have access to clean and cold air. This only increases tire temperatures. Every compound tire has an optimal range of temperatures and where it performs well. Often these temperatures reside around 110 degrees Celsius. When a tire overheats, it simply loses performance, causing the driver to slide his car around more. 2022 is the first year where Pirelli developed an 18-inch tire for the Formula One cars. Up until this year, the Formula One always used a 13-inch tire. However, as Formula One wants to remain a platform for innovation and technology, it would make more sense to develop tires that are also used in day-to-day cars. Many drivers are happy with the tire performance as they can push more and notice less overheating. However, most of the complaints so far are towards the front tires. As Mario Isola pointed out, the rear tires show great grip levels and great reliability to push. However, the front tires do not match the same characteristics and grip levels of the rear tires. With the new promised tire structure for 2023, Verstappen and Red Bull have ever more to laugh for. With every race and every upgrade, the RB18 becomes quicker and quicker. If the suppliers are also going to help out Red Bull, then there is really nothing that will stop them the next couple years. What do you think? Do you think it is fair that Pirelli develops a new tire that suits Red Bull and in particular Max Verstappen? Let us know in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to The Racing Guru.